The evidence for evolution. How we know evolution happens. Rocks tell the story. The earth is made of layers of rock. The older, deeper rocks have fossils of simple living things. As the rocks get newer, there are new, more complex fossils. This tells us that life evolved over time. Oldest layer, newest layer. Linked together. There are many series of fossils that follow one another like links in a chain. These chains show how certain animals evolved. Fins to feet. Body plans. Even animals that look very different from each other have bones and body parts that are similar. This suggests that the animals are related to each other, that they do not have a completely separate evolution. Horse, lion. Beginning babies. When babies first start growing in the egg or in the womb, they are called embryos. At first, embryos of different animals are so much alike that it can be hard to tell them apart. Fish, salamander, turtle, chicken, rabbit, human. The code of life. Our DNA is made of the same ingredients as all other living things, including bacteria, bananas, cats, dogs, and apes. The code of life is shaped like two spirals, called a double helix. It is similar in animals and plants. The thing that is different, that makes a living being unique, is the order of the chemicals, or ingredients, in the code. Leftovers. Animals sometimes have leftover parts that are of no use to them, but these parts show their ancestry. For instance, whales of today have tiny leg bones inside their bodies. This shows that they evolved from animals that walked on land. It's happening now. Evolution is still at work. Bacteria and viruses evolve to resist medicines. Weeds become immune to weed killers. Mosquitoes and other pests evolve so poisons no longer kill them. People have to try to invent new ways to fight the new germs and pests. How does evolution work? Charles Darwin explained it. Darwin was a scientist who lived more than 100 years ago. He wrote a famous book that said evolution works by a process called natural selection. On the Origin of Species, Darwin. Natural selection means nature chooses. Number 1. There were some mice that lived on a beach with white sand. Number 2. The mice were light-colored and dark-colored. Number 3. Hawks could not see the light-colored mice well against the white sand. Number 4. After a while, almost all the mice were light. Number 5. Nearby was a beach with black sand. Some mice went there. Number 6. At the beach, hawks killed the lighter mice. The darker ones escaped more often. Number 7. Darker mice passed on their color to their babies. In time, most of the mice on that beach were dark. This process is called natural selection because nature selects or chooses which living things survive to pass on their traits to their babies. The hawks and the black sand didn't really choose for more of the darker mice to survive. It happened naturally because the lighter mice were easier to catch. People make selections too. Unlike in nature, when people select for differences, they do it on purpose. Suppose a farmer wants cows that give more milk. She chooses the best milkers to breed. Some of these cows' babies grow up to give more milk. By breeding the best milkers over time, the farmer ends up with a herd that gives more milk. By using selection, breeders create different kinds of animals and plants. Just look at these chickens, all from the same ancestor. A plant breeder has selected for different colors of flowers. The first dogs evolved from wolves. Later, people selected dogs for different traits, and now we have dogs of all shapes and sizes.